Lean and performance coaching. If you are an operations leader or perhaps a health and safety leader, you may have struggled with some challenges around implementing lean tools and techniques. Have you experienced difficulty engaging teams, getting everyone on board, maybe facing resistance, and perhaps struggles helping your team or teams retain the information that they have acquired during various type of training? If that's the case, it may be that the thing that's been missing in your toolkit is actually coaching, performance coaching. So many businesses right now are looking to either start working in a more agile, leaner and smarter way, or they want to get to the next level if they've already been doing it. So how do you do it? Performance coaching is excellent for it, and lean tools and techniques and coaching, they really complement each other. In fact, lean tools and techniques don't on their own have the capacity to create sustainable change. It is the coaching side of the implementation process and reviewing any changes that helps create sustainable change. From a health and safety point of view, it's a no-brainer, because what a waste it is when teams undergo training, they undergo new processes, training and Kaizen events. However, after a couple of months, standards start slipping again. And we know that lean working is all about eliminating waste, not creating it. All the frustrations that it can bring to an operational role, an operations manager role, when the team doesn't follow the protocol, the procedures. This of course increases risk in the business. Let's have a look how you can use performance coaching in your everyday operations or health and safety leadership role. So lean is part of continuous improvement culture in a business. So to create that continuous improvement culture, we need to make sure that continuous learning is happening. Continuous learning then requires people to move out of their comfort zone into learning zone all the time. So to be able to do that in a team, you need to have the confidence as an individual, as a team member, and as a team that experimenting and making decisions is allowed. And we want to make sure that the team works interdependently rather than independently. So various people support one another in striving for the same goals. However, they can fill out one another's role temporarily as well as and if needed. Let's remember that team effort is not 2 + 2 that equals 4. It's actually 2 + 2 that may equal 6 or 8 or much more if we are able to create a truly collaborative team. So to be able to develop this kind of team, it requires coaching. People need support, just like any professional athlete, be it in team sports or individual sports, they all receive coaching, even though they're brilliant already at what they do. But no one would let a professional athlete stop training or stop having a coach, because of course their performance would drop. It works exactly the same way in a business. And very often operations managers and health and safety managers, because they are so overwhelmed with the amount of work every single day and with all the firefighting, they really don't have the time to step into that coaching role, which does require a little bit more time, but it really pays off. Perhaps this is something that could create extra opportunities for continuous improvement and learning. Having an external coach or an internal coach helping the team and individuals overcome challenges. By equipping lean leaders with coaching skills, we actually empower them. We empower them to focus on the more strategic type of work and be able to delegate work to their team members in a smooth manner and support team members, because that's effectively what the role is as a leader. If you can combine coaching with lean, you're able to achieve more with less. So there are a lot of organizations using the lean methodology, tools and techniques. However, when we look closer and when I speak to people, and I've worked in an environment where lean was also an important element of the team culture, the trouble is that without people's buy-in, without employee engagement, we are only using maybe 20% of its potential, and we are looking at eliminating waste. So it's really important to realize that in the process of eliminating waste, there can be still waste created if the process of implementing change isn't particularly effective. So how do you engage employees? Well, to give you a simple example, if you've got a friend who's never been flexible around you, who's never done anything for you really, how likely are you to do something for them that when they ask you to? It's that simple. If you create a safe working environment, if you create ways to work around the employee as well, they will be ready to go the extra mile for you when needed, or simply on a regular basis, because they will want to, because that's how the human psychology works. It's the basic rule of influencing, reciprocity. And this is exactly why the coaching approach works as well, because you create that space, you create that time, and you listen to your team members. They want to support one another. You lead by example. And if we look at the history of lean and the Toyota production system, we must remember that the basic rule is respect for the team and allowing team members to make decisions. So when you use coaching as a lean leader, you are able to create a higher level of awareness. And awareness is so important in health and safety. And when people become more aware, they also become more intentional in their actions. They better understand and they're able to perform better. They're able to live up to those standards and support them, and also encourage one another as a collaborative team in living up to those standards. So coaching creates an opportunity to process and reinforce learning and to make people create sustainable change this way. And let's remember that Kaizen in itself believes in continuous improvement, although we know that perfection doesn't exist, but we want to get one step closer to excellence every single day. Kaizen is actually a coaching process, and holding a coaching mindset in itself fully supports the PDCA process. We must also remember that continuous improvement and coaching will have very little impact on leaders unless they stop being scared of letting go of control. So if any of this has resonated with you, if you're an operations or a health and safety leader looking for new solutions rather than just using the problem-solving processes, coaching, performance coaching, is a very effective way of supporting making businesses more effective and more efficient.